Hello and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. Today we are going to be covering Sanitar, the new boss that has just been added to Shoreline. Now he can spawn at the lighthouse, at the farmhouse and the resort. Now he can spawn in all those three places. I've fought him in two and I've watched Deadly Slob fight him in the lighthouse area, so he can definitely spawn in those three places. The new quests that were added with Prapor and Therapist, they were designed, I think, to show you where he can spawn, so just be careful. If you're doing those quests, you may run into him. Ideally, all of these places have a trade-off. I personally would prefer to fight him at the lighthouse because you've got a quick extract there. Then I'd rather fight him at reserve because you've got a quick extract at the top as well. Not reserve, resort. And it's a bit more dangerous because resort's way more packed full of loot and PMCs, and then the farmhouse is like the best place to fight him if you're not confident in PvP. On the map now, the blue circles show where are good vantage points to take them on from a distance, but also where to be worried about players if you're approaching that area. So if you go into the lighthouse, the beach area, that can have a ton of people in it. The forest just up from the gas station, you can actually sit there and snipe them all the way from that area, so just be careful. And the rocks to the left of the river, that would be an area I'd be cautious of as well. In the resort, the left and right wing are probably the most well-trafficked area on the entire map, so I'd be careful of that. And the farmhouse, you can actually, on that little rock hill bit, you can actually shoot into the farmhouse from there, so be careful of that. So Sanitar can spawn with any of the weapons on the left, the VSS, the OPSKS, the Kera and the ABS pistol. You ideally want him to spawn with the VSS because with the Valde on it and the 30 round mag, that gun is worth nearly 150,000 rubles. A lot of money. Top right is what he looks like, and below him are the two drops you really want to get. The key card yesterday was selling for 2 million, it has dropped to about 300,000, and the key on the left was going for about 3 million itself. I'm not sure how far that's dropped, but it's going to drop as more keys get added into the loot pool. I just checked the flea market and you can't actually buy the key with tape. It doesn't actually, there's none on the market right now, so you could probably set your own price for that. Now, he spawns with two goons, two guards, and they're the dangerous ones. Sanitar's a pushover. He's got a lot of health, but he's got no armour, so you can really just blitz him down with any high damage round. But his goons are the ones that come with the armour on the left, all class 5, and the helmets on the right, which vary from class 3 to class 6. Honestly, you're going to need to take a good weapon just to take out his goons, because they're the difficult ones, like I said. He's got two of them. I've fought him twice now, and he does have... 2 is the only amount I've seen, but he tends to spawn with a lot of scavs around him. Like, when I was fighting him in the resort area, I fought him and about 6 to 7 other scavs. It was ridiculous. Now these are the weapons they can have. The guards can have, they're not massively modded, but they are some good stuff, but they spawn with decent rounds, except the Saiga, which spawns with super performance, which is a terrible round really. It'll still kill you if you get, you know what I mean, like if you get hit in the face with it or you get leg meted enough with it, it will kill you, so don't brush it off. But you can actually pick up that gun. What I did is I picked up the Saiga and I killed Sanitar with it because I was running out of ammo, so it can kill, but just be wary of all the weapons they use. And I would keep an eye out for the ammo that spawns, especially on the AK-74UB, because if that spawns with a Golnik, that's quite a bit of money as well. Now, I would recommend any of the guns on screen, or any gun that fires that caliber of round. You know, something that fires something which is going to penetrate level 5 armor, just for the goons. It doesn't really matter if it's bolt action, semi-automatic or fully automatic, because in most of the places you can take them out from a distance. The SVD would be a perfect gun to run, you know, and armor wise, I think you could do it. Both times I've fought him in the level 4 tac vest, but the Gen 4 level 5 armor would give you that extra layer of protection because he does use armor piercing rounds. So the goons, they had AKMs and they did have BP ammo, so that's going to sting if you get hit with that. And the helmets, again, If you don't go with a face shield, just use the common helmet. Starting off with Sanitar, he dropped the VSS with the Valde on it and the 30 round mag, which is worth about 106,000 rubles, and then the 30 round mag's worth 45,000. The APS pistol's not worth a lot of money, but 15,000 rubles for, you know, if you're not taking them out with a pistol, you've got a free pistol slot, you may as well take it. Now he drops his unique bag, but also the ammo. Keep an eye on the ammo, because he can have any type of ammo, especially if he's using a VSS. That ammo's expensive. Always pick up the grenades. But what you want to look for is the bag primarily, because that's full of medical loot and that key card, and that key card's currently going for 300,000 rubles, and that's a nice chunk of change. And even if you don't survive with it in your pocket, you can always go into Lambs afterwards and open up the door it opens and get a boatload of the new medication and perhaps a LEDX. It's a single-use key card, so be wary of that if you decide to use it. Now the guards actually have quite a bit of money in the gear they're carrying, like the Gazelles for example. Oh, you know, 120,000 rubles, especially if you hit them in the head. You know, I was taking them out with the M18 to the head, and it's not bad money. Now, it is difficult to carry that much weight, but if you kill them in a relatively decent place, for example, if you were a scav and you killed them up in a resort and you had the ADM basement extraction, you know what I mean, you can just waddle out of there quite sufficiently, it's not a problem. But the best thing about the guards is they tend to drop the new stimulants, which they're not massively expensive, but you need a lot of them for the quest, so do keep in mind that they will be farmed for the quest, and they do tend to spawn with big backpacks. Like the Attack 2 is a 55,000 grand backpack. You can always drop yours and take theirs, and you get yours back in insurance. It's, you know, it's easy money. And like I said, remember to check the ammo, because these guys drop BPs, which are good. It's good ammunition and it's good money. So the two guards I killed with Sanitar this time were identical. So I have killed them again, and I've put that loot at the end, but I haven't done the write-up of how much it costs, so we'll just have a look at their loot at the end just to get an idea of the variation of what they can have. But they do tend to drop weapons that aren't fully modded, but they're still worth looking at, because at the end of the day, if you've got a spare weapon slot and, you know, Sanitar didn't have a good weapon, the AKM with a front stock isn't the worst thing in the world. But after fighting him a couple of times, I definitely think he's designed to be a bit more of an easy boss, you know what I mean? Like, especially with how many quests the early game pitch you against on Shoreline. You know, with the Punisher quest lines and all of Peacekeeper's quest line. I think Sanitar is designed to help newer players get better at PvE content, because he doesn't have any armor and he's very low geared, you know what I mean? Like, if he's got the VSS, he becomes dangerous, but if he has, you know, usually he just has something that fires 9mm, so he's not the most difficult boss to fight. You know, if I fight him twice and kill him twice, it's, you know, comes out alright. Now here is the last kill I did of him, and this is in the farmhouse. I spotted him and I ran up here. I've killed one of his goons on the left hand side there, and I think there's another one of his goons trying to take us out here, but what I do is I just go outside. And I wanted to showcase this a little bit here, because it shows how much of a bullet sponge Sanitar really is. But one of the things I quite like about Sanitar is I don't think you have to worry too much about his pockets. You can just pick up the bag, run to a safe location and check the bag, rather than having to loot those pockets for the potential drop of a key card or whatnot. But that could just be, yeah, he's stuck here. I don't know why he sat there. Yeah, I sat here and I was like, well, this is screenshot material right there. That might be the thumbnail, but he just tanked an M80 to the head. So chasing down here is healing. All of those shots are hitting. He took so many shots. He does have a ridiculously high health pool, but I suppose it could have been because he was healing at the same time. So you know what I mean, like he's healing, taking the you know, the damage as I'm doing it. And here's some images of the guards I killed earlier and Sanitar himself. You can see they've got the readout, body armor, I think that's the Vulcan, or is that the LZSH? I think it's could be wrong on that one, don't quote me on that one. And you see again, they've got a CMS kit. I think they drop medical equipment. But this one had the Saiga, which I used to kill him. And then this next one's got pretty similar loadout, but you've got the diaper helmet on, and a hunter instead. Now, the goons can be good money, or they can be bad money, depending on which weapon they spawn with. You know what I mean? If they've got a decent weapon with the BP rounds in, you're fantastic. But if we've got the Saiga, it's a bit And then again, with the the Sanitar with the Kedda is pretty bad as well, so just watch out for that. But that's going to be it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it's going to help you kill Sanitar. He's quite a fun boss to fight, he's not as difficult as the others. And I'll see you next time.